Hi everyone, welcome to the aTech channel. As usual, we're going to introduce you to the new topic. Today, we're going to talk about the graphene batteries, supercapacitors, and the incredible company that makes them, Skeleton Technologies. These batteries are finally coming to the market. Energy storage affects the multitude of technology innovations, from cell phones to electronic cars. All of them have a battery that provides them with the energy they need, but today's batteries are far from perfect. They're dangerous and expensive, so the race to find the perfect battery is on. That's where graphene comes in, a material that can change the way batteries are produced forever. Before we go any further, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Let's get started. Electricity plays a fundamental role in modern life, but storing it poses a serious problem. While it's true that batteries can store large amounts of energy, they take hours to fully recharge. Capacitors, on the other hand, charge almost instantly, but can only store small amounts of energy. A new technology has emerged, supercapacitors, which combine the best of both worlds. But what are supercapacitors and how do they work? Before we answer that, let's review the ways in which energy can be stored. Batteries, like capacitors, perform the same task, but in completely different ways. Batteries have two electrodes, one negative and one positive, separated by a substance called electrolyte. When the device that powers it is energized, a particular chemical reaction takes place involving both electrodes and the electrolyte. These reactions are possible for converting chemicals inside the battery into other substances, and, in the process, electricity is released. Capacitors, on the other hand, use static electricity rather than chemistry to store energy. Inside each capacitor are two metal plates and an installed material that is known as an electrical capacitor. This forms something similar to what is found in batteries, with two electrodes and an electrolyte in the middle. Capacitors have several advantages over batteries. They're lighter and generally do not contain harmful chemical toxics or metals. They can withstand millions of charge and discharge cycles without wearing out. However, one drawback has hindered the progress of this technology. They're unable to compete with batteries in energy storage. The idea is to improve these capacitors, and the solution found was to invent supercapacitors. Supercapacitors are different from traditional capacitors in two main reasons. The plates have a larger surface, and the distance between them is therefore smaller. These plates have a metallic coating with a porous layer that allows them to store more energy. The separator is almost non-existent in supercapacitors. The two plates are covered with electrolytes and separated by a thin layer of insulating material, which can be carbon, paper, or even plastic. Supercapacitors achieve this performance increase by combining larger plates. Today, it has been possible to take this technology a step further. To develop for more advanced materials such as graphene, graphene is not one of the largest, thinnest, strongest, and/or most conductive materials discovered in human history. Because of this characteristic, it has the potential for bringing about a new technology revolution. The use of graphene in supercapacitors has gone from fantasy to reality. The techniques currently used are promising and can improve the energy efficiency in this material. Graphene supercapacitors can compete directly with lithium-ion batteries and become essential components of electrical devices. One company has taken a lead in the use of this material, Skeleton Technology. An Estonian company is the world leader in graphene supercapacitors. Since its founding and the development of the first graphene capacitors in 2009, Skeleton has focused on revolutionizing the energy storage industry. Through the development of capacitor systems, Skeleton's mission is to help companies store as much energy as possible. Skeleton produces ultra graphene capacitors based on technology they own. According to the company's statements, their capacitors are the best in the world and have the highest energy density available on the market. They are considered one of the most important technological breakthroughs in the industry in the last 20 years. Their graphene supercapacitors are commissioned quickly and recharged thousands of times. Their patent on this technology is based on the combination of batteries and higher power graphene towers. This technology retains the key properties of graphene but is more easily combined with electrodes. In this way, Skeleton Technologies can achieve higher performance with its supercapacitors. It is possible that this proposed super battery could fill the technology gap in the energy storage market. It could fully power in 15 seconds and support up to 15 minutes of constant power. This battery will appear on the market in the next few years. The four markets that Skeleton Technologies is focusing on are the automotive industry with electrical vehicles, mass transit with buses and trains, industrial gas rental systems, construction, and the power grid. Skeleton's battery technology has almost 4 times the potential of Tesla's. They produce 3.5 million battery cells and 400,000 models per year. Their technology has been applied in German streetcars, and supercapacitor models have been installed in the Scandinavian cars. The purpose of the models installed in these vehicles is to capture the energy produced during braking and to use it during acceleration. This saves up to 30% of energy and reduces wear and tear on the braking system. The supercapacitors are installed in the tanks, which allows them to operate continuously 24 hours a day. They have an average life of 15 years. With this type of use, the supercapacitors offer a lifespan 3 times longer than the lithium-ion batteries and require no maintenance or recharging. Finally, skeleton technology has great potential for the protection of power grids. They help to keep the amount of energy stable and avoid massive blackouts. Supercapacitors have the advantage of being able to react almost instantly to voltage problems, thus stabilizing the grid. Unlike other companies like Tesla, the Estonian company has approached the energy storage problem from a new angle by attempting to integrate curved graphene. In robotics, Canadian startup Andobotics is developing an automated inventory management system that can sort products and deliver orders. They have built vertical warehouses where robots can move up and down and sideways while carrying goods. This saves 95% of space and requires only 20% of human labor. The robots charge when they go down and reuse that energy when they come up. Graphene supercapacitors are the perfect match for this type of technological innovation. Graphene batteries can also be perfectly integrated with renewable energies. Skeleton's technology adapts to wind turbines by trying to improve their safety with a strict control system. This system modifies the angle of the turbine in case of the too strong winds. The problem is that in order for it to work, this system must provide energy even if the main control of the turbines is not working. Previously, batteries were used, but they've been replaced by supercapacitors, a maintenance-free solution that can last up to 15 years. These are just a few of these new uses for technology developed by Skeleton. Graphene is a very interesting material because of its properties. It has everything it takes to become the material of our century. That's it, our video is coming to the end. We hope you enjoyed the topic of the day and learned more about graphene batteries and the Skeleton Company technologies. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to be informed on our next videos. Also, click that little blue thumb right here to support our teams. We'll see you soon on aTech.